Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me already, my name is Sarah and I am a flower farmer in East Yorkshire in the UK. And today I am going to be bringing you a list of my top 10 favourite filler flowers. So basically filler flowers are the flowers that help to fill in the gaps between the focal flowers in bouquets. So at the moment we've got plenty of them flowering. There's some that aren't quite in flower, but I'm still going to include them in the list anyway, just because I love them. And many of the fillers that are on my list are actually perennials, so you only have to plant them one time or sow them from seed one time and they will come back every year with lots of gorgeous filler for you to use in your flower arrangements. Today I also have a really exciting collaboration to share with you. One of my favourite outdoor clothing brands approached me and asked me if they wanted to collaborate, and of course I said yes immediately because I love the clothing that this company produces. So midway through the video I will tell you more about that and you can see for yourself just how good the clothing is, and you can order some for yourself too with the discount code. So once we have gone through a few filler flowers, I will let you know about that. So I've just arrived in the polytunnel, which is a little bit wild at the moment, because I want to introduce two fillers to you in here. Number 10 is Dorcas. Number 10 is this wild carrot, which is treated as a biennial. So I sowed this last year back in September, October time, and I planted it out in the polytunnel, and it always seems to do so well in the polytunnel. Look how tall it is. There's some bits that are probably 6 or 7 foot tall at the back over there, and it always tends to do so much better in the polytunnel, as do all umbellifers that I seem to grow. So this one has a lovely pinky, greeny, sometimes dark purple tinge to it, sometimes white, but it's a really nice airy filler and I really love it, and it looks nice when it curls up as well, when like this. Can you see that? The way that it curls up when it starts going to seed, and I believe that you can dry that quite nicely as well. So number 10 is Dorcas, which I've actually grown some of this outside as well, but I do seem to get a problem when I'm growing umbellifers outdoors. They seem to get some kind of root rot condition or root die off condition. Maybe it's carrot fly, I'm not sure, but as I said, it grows really well in here and I do love using it in bouquets. Next up on my list of favourite filler flowers at number 9 is this valerian that is behind me, and this is red valerian, and then in the background is some white valerian. And I know this grows wild in a lot of places, in people's gardens, and by the coast in particular, as I saw when I was on holiday the other week. It is maybe classed as a weed, but I love using it in bouquets and I think it's really gorgeous and dainty, and it comes in the right kind of colours for me, which is pink and white. So I will probably continue to grow this lovely filler, which is also a perennial, so that's nice and easy for me. I can sow it from seed one year and it will keep coming back, and I can carry on using it. So let me know what you think about valerian. Number 8 on my list of favourite fillers is this sedum that is behind me, and I only put this in not last summer, maybe it was actually early last summer, and look at it, it looks amazing already, and it's not quite in flower yet, but it will be in the next few weeks. It's starting to form some flower buds, but this is a really nice dense filler that goes nicely in bouquets, and this one is sort of like a medium to dark pink colour, and then I have a darker one over there which also has the darker coloured foliage, and this is really handy. But if you don't want it to look too dense, then you can actually snip little flowers out of the middle of the disc shaped flower just to thin it out a little bit, to make it a little bit more usable, because it can be quite clumpy and hard to work with. But if you thin out the flowers a little bit, it can be a bit easier to use. This is a perennial, and it's really easy to propagate from cuttings, so that is what I will be doing this year. I will be taking lots of cuttings from the sedum, ready to create more lovely plants to use as filler. Favourite filler number 7 is this Solidago, which isn't actually quite in flower yet, but I reckon in another week or so it will be. And this has quite strong yellow, mustardy, almost coloured flowers on it, which isn't to everybody's taste, but a lot of florists like to use it, and I like to use it when it's a little bit more of the green stage rather than full on yellow, so I like to use it quite early on in the flowering stages. And this is also a perennial, so you are able to sow this from seed and let it come back every year. This one was sown last year and it's maybe only about 2 foot tall, but I do think it grows a lot taller than this when it gets more mature, and it self-seeds everywhere. I know that a lot of people class this as a weed in some areas of the world, but I really like using it as a filler in those bright summer bouquets. Number 6 is oregano or marjoram. I think this is marjoram, and I think that this is oregano with the white flowers, but this has just started to come into flower. It smells amazing, and I just love the delicate pink flowers on it. The bees love it. There's loads of bees in here. And yeah, it smells lovely, so that's why it's a great addition to bouquets, and it's just got that really nice dainty look about it. This is a perennial, and I grow it in the polytunnel. There's some parts of this is very tall. I think it's maybe 3 or 4 foot. I am actually crouched on the floor at the moment, but this has grown really nice and tall in here, and it seems to be getting taller and better every year, so I think I might even sow a bit more of it. Number 5 on my list of favourite filler flowers to grow is this Greek cress. Greek cress is literally my favourite filler. Look how gorgeous it is. And last week I did a styled shoot with a couple of florists, and they were crushing over this, and it just has these gorgeous dainty white flowers on the tips and these lovely seed pods. This is just so easy to grow. I grow it from seed in spring and plant it out, and it grows this lovely big tall mass of flowers, and then it eventually goes to the seed pod, and you can use it at all different stages. You can use it when it has masses of white flowers on it, or you can leave it until it has some seed pods on it and some white flowers on the top, or you can leave it until it's all seed pods. And this is also another really great one to dry. So I haven't sold a lot of this yet this season, but I will be putting in another batch to use fresh in a few more weeks, and I will be cutting this to use it for drying. So I can use that in Christmas wreaths and things like that. So yeah, it's really easy to grow. Let me know what you think of this Greek cress. Guys, the time has come to tell you about this really awesome collaboration that I've managed to bag with my favourite brand ever of outdoor clothing, which is Revolution Race. I bought some Revolution Race clothing a few years ago when I was introduced to it by a Finnish friend, and I borrowed some of her trousers to go snowboarding with, and I absolutely loved the fit and just the usability of the trousers as an outdoor trouser. They come in some really funky colours and patterns, which is really cool about this brand. I'm a bit of a plain Jane, so I chose some pretty basic colours just because I knew that's what I would wear on a daily basis. But basically I've been gifted this absolutely gorgeous outdoor jacket by Revolution Race, and let me see if I can show you these trousers. I've got flip-flops on because it's a little bit warm at the moment, and these outdoor trousers, Rob's been wearing the trousers from this brand for a couple of years now, and they don't show any sign of giving up. So these trousers are here to last. They fit amazing, they're nice and waterproof, nice and hard wearing, and this is a nice shell jacket, and I've worn it mountain biking last week when I was on holiday, and it was really great. I was getting splattered all over with mud, and it was really handy to have this jacket. And it's got this really cool neck zip here, so you can increase the width of the neck. Also, it has zips on the arms for ventilation, so if you find yourself getting a little bit too warm, you can just unzip those and cool yourself down. It's got loads of really handy pockets. Here's the label actually for this jacket. This one has the Wrecker rescue technology in it, so if you're caught in an avalanche, then rescuers know where to find you. So these are really cool for using with snow spots and things, but I just think they're amazing for the garden. These trousers as well have a ventilation pocket on them. I don't know if you can see that. So you can unzip that, and that keeps you really nice and cool and gives you a little bit more room in the leg when you're bending down to plant out your seedlings in the ground. So I am 5'2", which is pretty short, and I have a pair of these trousers which wear a little bit too long for me in the standard length, but Revolution Race have come out with a new short length which is amazing, and these fit me perfectly. And they have a buckle on the bottom that you can tie up quite tightly, and it basically looks like I'm wearing skinny trousers, which is amazing because we all like to look a little bit trendy when we're out in the flower field, just in case anybody spots us or we've got any photographs to take. So I have a discount code that you can take advantage of if you want to order yourselves some Revolution Race gear. I would highly recommend this brand. The gear is just such good quality and so comfortable, and it fits me great. So I would really appreciate it if you checked out the Revolution Race website, and if you want to order something, then I would love it if you use my discount code, which I will leave in the description down below. Anyway, back to the filler flowers. Number 4 on my list of favourite filler flowers is Limonium. And I love using Limonium in bouquets because it comes in a wide range of colours and is really versatile. And bonus points for Limonium, you can also use it as a dried flower as well. So this year I'll be growing lots, and I will be drying some as well, ready for either putting together some dried bunches or for Christmas wreaths and dried arrangements. So this comes in nice bright yellow colours, it comes in blue, purple, sunset, peachy colours, literally any colour you can imagine. This was planted out not so long ago, and it was struggling in its tray for a little while, so it is still bulking up, and I'm still waiting for some nice strong stems to come off that, but it will be really nice to pick when it starts flowering in a few weeks' time. So yeah, Limonium, really easy annual to grow. Love growing that one. Number 3 is up there with all of my favourites, which is Amaranthus. And I absolutely love Amaranthus, and that is why I am growing this full bed of it this year. And this is one of my favourite varieties, which is Uschberg, which is a lovely dark purple variety. And behind me, further back in the field, I also have Hot Biscuits, which is a gorgeous ginger biscuit colour. And the reason why I love this is because of the tall, spiky shape of it and the lovely texture of it as well. So I will definitely be using a lot of this year. I typically sow Amaranthus in maybe March time, and I plant it out once the danger of frost has passed, and I treat it as an annual. And whatever I don't use as filler in bouquets, I will be using to dry this year as well. Number 2 on my list of favourite filler flowers is this Alchemilla mollis. I just love the acid green colour of this Alchemilla mollis, and it contrasts really nicely with bright bold colours. And it's grown to such a long stem length this year, which has been amazing. These plants were put in not last year, the year before, but last year I divided them all, and they were really teeny plants, and I wasn't expecting them to grow to this height this year. So we get really good long stems off this, and as I said, it is a perennial, so you can divide it year on year and create more plants for free. Alchemilla mollis is a really tricky one to grow from seed, so I wouldn't recommend it. What I did was buy a few plants and divide them, and if you get enough plants, maybe let's say you get 10 plants, you can divide them and then you've got yourself 20 plants, and that is plenty. I think there's about 30 or 40 plants here, and I've got more than enough filler for my requirements anyway. Number 1 on my list of favourite filler flowers is this Achillea, and it comes in lots of gorgeous pastel and bright colours. It comes in pink, dark pink, it comes in a nice antique terracotta colour, it comes in white, it comes in cream, it comes in all sorts of gorgeous colours, and I just love using it as a bit of a colour pop in my bouquets. This one is also a perennial, so it comes back bigger and better every year. You can divide it really easily to produce more plants. It also grows from seed really easily as well, so you'll have no problem starting that off from seed. It tends to come into flower about now, and then it may flower again towards the end of the season if you cut it back as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and I hope that it gave you some inspiration for filler flowers for your garden or for your flower farm. And please let me know in the comments what your favourite fillers are, and whether you like or dislike the fillers that I mentioned in my video today. So thank you so much, guys, for watching as ever, and I'll see you again next time.